Couple plus e come for we all. You dey na city or village, just na salon you dey. You e-couple go reach you dey. EndSat Top Up Sef now they under the facility. With e-couple, you can cash out your money from any local commercial bank agent or branch all around the country.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue. They look at more issues now the program. We look at the issue now. Osai, the Inspector General of Police, Michael Ambrose Suvola, say authority and police they work now for change it in the way police then can use for control riots. As well for address the plenty challenge them we don't come out from the public, but how police them can handle riots. Well, Michael Ambrose Suvola talk this way he go work na the Operational Support Division OSD headquarters na Freetown. But talk about plan them way police management gets for the OSD unit. Musa Kamara gets more. He go report.
I want to welcome you this morning, OSD headquarters. The visit of the Inspector General of Police at OSD headquarters is a remarkable
Director of Operation Support Division (OSD), Chief Superintendent Francis Moses Tawa, they welcome the Inspector General of Police at the OSD headquarters in Freetown, where this worker, according to the Inspector General of Police, Michael Ambrose Suvola, have for tell thank you to the OSD unit as the arm wing of the Salon Police for the kind security where they give for maintain peace in the country. And self-talk about the plan them where management of the Salon Police get for the OSD units, where this according to Michael Ambrose Vola, apart from the monthly rest where they give to them police officer them authority them na police they work now for ensure say then come with the 19 promotion them where been they inside police for CC then give promotion to police officer them every year.
We try to rebuild the ranking system again, so that every year we will be able to give promotion. We can only do that if we expand back to, even if we not reach 19 now, but to a compromising status where it will be tied down with the grading system.
Alpha management of the Salon Police don't go with this plan.
Management, we don't take them. I don't take on a police council. Council see them as a very good move. But my business is now this thing for affect. I tell Una boss, if I can't tell Una, the Una boss say yes, I will tell them. But you say come talk to them. Because me I not tell them, make an office this power for little work for and I make it report this. So if you are happy, just expect as long as the cabinet don't finish with our Senate and Parliament, immediately down the done, promotion is yours. That's the reason I am here today. We want to bring all those ranks. If you are happy for us, say I am happy to us.
Police be assure OSD officer them forgets.
15,000 uniform is already on the procurement for the OSD. And that uniform is not just the clothes, the shoes day, the cap day, the shirt day.
With all this, the IG call on the OSD wing of the Salon Police for maintain law and order and work in the interest of Salon people.
Knowing the law for the people of this country, to the constitution, let's do our work without fear and favor. Let's use whatever you have proportionately. The threat is not high, don't use high level. Never use is to be in opposite equality with the opposing threat that is facing you.
The IG same way so say the police management they work now for change the instruments where the police them they use for respond to riots.
We don't try to make we get public other equipment there, we not to arms and ammunition, maybe not to leather weapon, so that you work with a very effective, efficient dressing, so that somebody the stone will reach you. The kind of things that we will use, we cannot be bullets. We try to get that because you are trained to do that. That is why you get the PSU. We will expect if you were equipped the PSU supposed for that. It will able to repel and forestall peace and order na any given situation.
Where they talk about the challenge where the OSD then they get to the IG, deputy IG, and senior management of the Salone Police. The deputy head of admin na the OSD, Francis Brahma Mendy, talk about the building na the OSD headquarter where he say don't hold and serve. Say therefore give them better equipment where they work under rain and safe na net so that coal no go dey monitor them pass mark. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Musa Kamara. The program you listen to now, Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We still get with studio guests inside the program, Solomon Jamiru. They talk about the situation of COVID-19 in the country. Mr. Jamiru, you don't give me updates about happenings them na the response stage of COVID-19. One thing earlier you mentioned na the issue of labs them we see no decentralized or no will not get sufficient for do the testing them. How much lab them would they talk about now we una they use all over the country?
For now I think we'll get about 5 or 6 will they use.
We send a station.
We get Western area, we get Lunge and Kenema, so for example, Bo and all the Camp Kenema, and about 2 others. You know, the thing about lab, like for the treatment centers, you know, we'll get we first case March 31, we will get just 30 bed facility at 34. With total bed capacity today is about 827. So we get about 13 community treatment centers and 2 or 3 CCCs. But with labs, it's so specialized and the standard way you formit for set them up and also the expenses. You know, they're able to set them up the way you go set up like treatment centers. But the thinking na NACOVAC na that for able for in the duration of this response, for able for see how we can expand testing laboratories all over the country. So that is where we are at this point.
So now we look at the challenge about this lab. The last time I go Bond District, meant to understand say na Kenema, then they go do the test. And also we get places like Karina District where no get government hospital. And we get places like Falaba, same way they get the same challenge. And other areas them get the same challenge. Considering this time of the rainy season where we know the road condition now, some places them. How now don't they manage the transportation system of specimens them to the labs them?
The good thing is we don't able for maintain we turn around for labs. So yes, we get very rough terrains. Some places they were difficult for reach, like Karine, for example. For go is it Mongo or so? I know how difficult it was. Always have they try for go the last time. But the good thing is we able for transport them specimen and they to the places where they're supposed to analyze them. So different places they will get. So even for travelers, for example, they always get this concern, say, well, if you don't have testing labs in the district, how, if me they upline, how me go able for do me testing and able for travel out of the country? So we make arrangements with all the hospitals, the district hospitals, who don't able for deploy what we call specimen collectors, swabbers, and they take them swab and then different hospitals. Then if that particular district not get placed for analyzer, we send them to central locations. So that logistics has been planned, and we don't able to achieve then timeline then they. And why should we try for see how we can expand the setting up of them labs in the other districts?
So in terms of the facilities them waiting at the lab them, now how many tests Salone they able to do per day?
Well, when we introduced the surge the last time, we say we want to expand the scope of the testing from about 180 to about 400. When we start, we are off to a very slow start. A lot of challenges. We come back and plan laboratory surveillance plan, and now we don't able to attain an average of about 350, which is good. We still try for push towards we target. Yesterday, when we announced the cumulative test for yesterday was about 670. We'll get 3 confirmed positive cases for Kenema and Kailaun. So we really don't push. And as I talk about this surge now, we move to phase 2 of the surge. That means that we were able to sustain that momentum there.
Now we look at Lunge lab we say na Lunge. When NACOVAC sets up a lab na Lunge.
Which one?
Na Lunge, the testing system when we set them up.
For Lunge?
Yes.
Okay, Lunge, we have a community treatment center, sorry.
You don't get lab day?
Not a lab day, yeah.
Because concern be the common say now always swap then they take na Lunge
Yeah.
and come test them. So now when we look at the airport reopening again and handling then thing there, so we all know the first case where we get of COVID-19 now now we don't open we airport again. How will they manage the situation?
So this one a very important area. We do a lot of planning with civil aviation and the Sierra Leone Airport Authority and the supervising ministry, the Ministry for Transport and Civil Aviation. The good thing is we're able to deploy with tools na airport. So in terms of with IPC, we hand sanitizers, we deployed all over the place. We hand censored, and also the Ministry of Health we don't deploy what we call port health, where some of them they make sure say people then get for come up. Part of the requirements, one of the key requirements for inbound and outbound passengers, that if you produce your PCR negative test results no longer than 72 hours to travel. So both for inbound and outbound, that's now one area we'll be to try for see how difficult or easy it is to achieve. But so far, so good, we're not able to maintain them. And the technology as well, where they go with this. With the help of DSTI and the consortium of IT specialists, one of the problems we'll be get initially, we'll set up the technology, especially for the travel.gov.sl. Now the side way they get for do with the online payment. Okay. But 72 hours ago, we'll be able to resolve them. So whether you are inbound or outbound, if you did, for example, you want for travel out, you can make your payment by mobile money or you use your credit or debit card. So that's the one area where we get initial challenges, but we're not able to resolve them.
So now look at these payments. Why would they make people pay for tests where you want travel?
Well, all of what we do so, it gets significant financial and logistical implications. And if you look at the context, the whole budget framework they operate, some of them things that already happen now things that will not be done envisage. So which means if you get for open up your airport, it means you have to deploy extra logistics for do this, you get for recruit people them for do them. And now they try also for integrate with technology platforms. So for example, for passengers then now, they get them data, we got to make sure so we integrate them with what in Port Health. Port Health had been there before coronavirus. So for integrate all of that, you need a consortium of IT specialists who you also get for bring on board. So all of that and for also, we don't want to do a situation where we will get to a place where Sierra Leoneans and go say, but we not resume airport, we are not able to get sufficient test kits. So for sustain all of that and do them at a cost recovery basis, we ask people then for pay.
So when I consider the situation of students them, way na Salone students the way them base out come before because of COVID then get for go back. And we get Salone students them way they out of Salone and other people we know able for afford. We not consider them at all before we not put these measures in place.
Yes, I go on for say, whenever you get a policy or a rule, you get what you call exceptional circumstances. Not to be mandate for talk about exceptions, but if there is any case we warrant some consideration for exemption, I'm sure it will be looked into. But generally, this is the policy for passengers inbound and outbound.
But because now you they talk to the public and now you they give answers to questions where people want to get answers to, but not able to reach to the authorities, then they not ever update you since now they put measures there in place, say people go for the go in and out of the airport as to exceptional cases.
No, for example, one of the things, like we get people away that don't evacuate, deportees, for example. So the one that they talk say for pay, that is when you really they take the decision, say you need for travel. But for somebody who is, for example, a day beyond your control, let's say, for example, you stayed or expire in a certain country, or something happened and therefore deport you.
They're not the pay.
Case like that could be looked into. So we get exemptions. I'm not going to get the exhaustive list now. So even for students, we can look at those cases and a decision could be made. But we'll not take that decision at this point.
This issue of payments, you talk about side away when I want to put them money then they ensure so now continue the fight against the virus, getting equipment for tests and all of that. But what about the donor money we don't come in and money saved from Salone government? All of that's not enough. Then they take money from people and for do their own test again?
Well, monies we don't come from donors. First, let me say thank you on behalf of NACOVAC, and indeed we continue to commend them But what they happen now at the airport, it is of such a magnitude that it will require your own planning and require your own extra budgetary formulation. So this is like it's another portfolio way now don't be added to responsibility, and we need for plan for this separately. So arrangements really separate and distinct from what they happen at the other places.
All right, continue for the between at the studio, Solomon Jamiru. We take a commercial break and continue for look at more issues at the program Good Morning Salon.
They causing confusion.
But this consumable. Look where Uncle Nat in World Solid. Look him block them with them beat for him, where they save solid. And at the same amount of cement and sand then they use for beat million. But look what in the happen, be wall down for. And that's not Dangote, 3X Portland limestone cement. Dangote cement, now the highest grade cement in the country. When a 42.5 R grade cement, you go get Dangote 42.5 R cement. Now all the shop and building material store, now the one whole country.
The program is still listening to a Good Morning Salon, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We will bring you this edition of the program Good Morning Salon. Musa Kamara Naminim
and Mabel Kaba.
We will continue for look at more issue, and now we will go to court. We say inside the alleged sexual penetration case, where police allege say Mohammed Kamarimba Mansari do be part of the alleged sexual penetration case. Na court for CC inclined get justice. We court reporter Usman Kamara gets more. He gonna reports.
The Sexual Offences Amendment Act 2019. Now the law, we know the agree for make any man tamper with girl pikin, we no reach 18 years yet. This law same way so no one know if you and the underage girl pikin get close relationship, or na agree for make you do mommy and daddy business with them. All waiting the law know na that, you know for touch small pikin at all. For sake of that, plenty man then don't go jail, and some man don't begin serve the jail term. Mohammed Kamarimba Mansari, now the leader and chairman for the ADP party, and served the presidential candidate inside the 2018 election. And in the one person where this law don't hold. Because police allege say, inside different dates them this year, Emindu Mami and daddy business with one girl pikin, we no reach 18 years yet. Marion Aruni, now the second accused where police allege say, been joining with Mohammed Kamarimba Mansari and other people where police no sabi for commit sexual offense by one underage girl pikin we no reach 18 years yet. Then two accused people they appear before Justice Samuel Otilo. 8-count charge we get for do it conspiracy contrary to section 43B of the Sexual Offences Act number 12 of 2012, sexual penetration of a child contrary to section 19 of the Sexual Offences Act 2012, as repealed and replaced by section 4A of the Sexual Amendment Act 2019, Act number 8 of 2019, meeting a child for sexual purpose contrary to section 23(1)A of the Sexual Offences Act number 12 of 2012, and 5 other counts charged them. As soon as the clerk na the Sexual Offences Court, Patrick Sanado read the charge them done, the state prosecutor, Umu Sumare, be make application for make the judge look inside this case in one grain, quick one. After this application, the lead lawyer for Mohammed Kamarimba Mansari, Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi, be object to the application where the state make and say, inclined, Mohammed Kamarimba Mansari gets right for choose for make juror the part of this case where the judge they look inside because they want for make justice they inside this case. That's my submission, my lord, says lawyer Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi. Lawyer Ekoma, now one party lawyer then for the second accused, Marion Aruni, and self been tell say a day in line with the submission we lawyer Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi make because he say them believe say if juror then they inside this case, justice go come out day. After all the submission, lawyer Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi be asked for make Justice Samuel Otilo give bail to Mohammed Kamarimba Mansari because he say na Salomon and no go run away and self go the